garden update vlog again, and the story in the garden this time is the insane heat, temperatures in the upper 90s, over 100, more of that on the way, very little rain, more of that on the way. So the garden is in pretty much limp mode. Let me show you what I got going on here. Today's going to be a busy day in the garden. I need to harvest all the tomatoes and eggplant that are ready to come out. I need to do some deadheading on these marigolds and the other flowers. I need to prop my zinnias back up because they're falling over again. This sad tomato and the one right behind it are going to go ahead and come out today. They're not doing well. They're making malformed tomatoes. I'm just not gonna nurse them along any longer. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. I need to do some pruning and trimming, and that's what needs to happen in this bed. Over here, my squash, I've managed to fend off the vine borer in these two squash that I have growing over here. My little watermelon got so heavy that it was pulling the vine down, so I had to make it a little sling. I did not even know I still had pantyhose, but apparently I did. So made it a little sling out of pantyhose. I have another little watermelon coming on, and where the other squash died and I pulled it out, I think I'm gonna let these watermelon ramble and rebury some of the vine so it'll make its own kind of new plant, so that all of the watermelon that do develop on here aren't just growing off of these one main vines. If you bury it, I understand that it'll make a new plant. I don't know. I've never successfully grown watermelon before, but I seem to be lucking out so far. I've been having to water pretty much every day, but that's okay. I think it might be worth it. Anyway, the squash is doing okay. In the heat like this, I don't know how well it's gonna do. It is setting fruit, but the blooms aren't opening, so I don't think it's getting any pollination. So we'll see. The pepper bed I put in recently was a total failure. I think I put on way too much mulch, and it, held the water in pretty well, but I also think it cooked everything. I don't know. I clearly did something wrong because it just didn't work out. But that's fine, because when I put in my fall garden here in a few weeks, you can see I've got a bunch of seedlings over there getting some filtered morning sunshine. When I put those in here in a few weeks, I want to put the tomatoes over here and move the peppers to that other bed. So that'll be fine. That'll be fine. It actually works out perfectly. Also, a friend gave me these two obedient plants, and they're doing really well. I split them up. They were all in one pot, so I split them up into two pots. They can be pretty invasive, so you definitely want to, put them in a pot if you don't want them to take over. They get these really pretty big spikes on them with clusters of flowers. I imagine the hummingbirds really, really love them. I guess I better get to work. It's going to be a really hot day, and I would like to get this done before I'm in the full sunshine out here. Look at all these tomatoes. And one eggplant. So, yay, not a bad harvest. And now comes the hard work of cutting all this stuff down and doing a lot of cleanup. now I need to go and clean my clippers. I use just rubbing alcohol to do that. Just clean them off real good, because whatever was wrong with those tomatoes, I don't want to transfer to anything else that I'm gonna clip today. And now that those big tomatoes are gone and out of the way, I can see that my eggplant really need to be pruned quite badly. So I'll be able to get to them more easily, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. That was quite the haircut for the eggplant. They were loaded with all kinds of worms and leaf-footed bugs. So I imagine that's what's doing all the damage to these leaves. So I'm just gonna nip all of those off and put them in the burn pile. So a hard pruning there. I'm gonna do the tomato next. I also did go ahead and stake up the zinnia. So things are looking a lot better. Just lots more cleanup to do. This is so cleaned out. I forgot I had some jalapenos growing in this bed, and I think I have enough with all those tomatoes I got to make a fresh batch of homemade salsa. Woohoo! It got way too hot in the middle of the day today, so I had to knock off working on the garden. Have my rake out. I'm gonna rake off the mulch and put it in a bucket and put it aside. I'm gonna put some more dirt into that pot with the obedient plant. And I also still need to clean up the mess I made earlier. So quite a bit to do before dark, but I think I have time. And at least it's not 500 degrees out here. So I have finished up my garden chores for the day, finally. Sounds like just in the nick of time, because thankfully I hear it thundering. I'm hopeful that we'll get some rain. It hasn't rained in a couple of weeks. Everything looks a lot better and a lot cleaner. I got rid of the tomato mess over there. I leveled out the hills that they were planted on. I don't know if trimming the eggplant so hard will kill them. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too worried about it because they have such healthy growth at the bottom down there that I think they might be okay. Everything looks pretty good this evening. And now this bed is cleared off. I got all the mulch off, and it'll be ready for when it's time to plant some tomato seedlings in here for the fall. Please rain, please rain, please rain. Oh my gosh, it's raining a little bit. Oh my gosh, some rain. Yay, some rain. that's what's up out here. I think very soon, probably this weekend, I'm going to go ahead and start resetting everything. It's pretty much time to get everything cleaned up, get everything out, and reset everything for the fall. I have some seedlings going, and they'll be ready here at the end of August. And then I'll just have to, hope for the best. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, whenever it is, wherever you are.